If you're thinking about buying an American truck in 2025, you need to hear this before you sign that loan paperwork. 8 trucks that Americans are discovering too late were massive mistakes. Vehicles that look tough on dealer lots but turn into financial nightmares the moment you drive them home. Brand new trucks with catastrophic problems manufacturers knew about but sold anyway. Some have class action lawsuits pending, others have recall notices stacking up. By number 1, you'll understand why some buyers are walking away from their brand new trucks rather than continue making payments. Here's what's happening in the American truck market right now. Manufacturers rushed new models to market without proper testing, chasing profits while quality control collapsed. You're paying $50,000, $60,000, even $80,000 for trucks with fundamental engineering flaws. We've analyzed owner complaints and tracked recall data. These aren't isolated incidents, these are systemic failures affecting thousands nationwide. Number 1 has problems so severe that dealers struggle to move inventory even with massive incentives. Number 8, GMC Sierra. The GMC Sierra 1500 with the 3.0-liter Duramax diesel seemed like the perfect modern truck. A smaller diesel for half-ton duty, promising better fuel economy than gas engines while delivering diesel torque. Americans bought them thinking they'd get the best of both worlds. Diesel power with half-ton convenience and reasonable running costs. Then emission systems started failing catastrophically. The diesel particulate filter clogs prematurely, forcing constant regeneration cycles that burn extra fuel and reduce power. You'll be driving normally when suddenly the truck goes into Regan mode without warning. The DPF gets so clogged it requires complete replacement at 40,000 or 50,000 miles. That's serious money for an emissions component engineered to last the life of the vehicle. The DEF system is an absolute nightmare of failing components. DEF quality sensors fail constantly, throwing codes and limiting power to limp mode. The DEF heater fails in cold climates, leaving you stranded and unable to start the truck. The injector that sprays DEF into the exhaust crystallizes and clogs, requiring expensive replacement and dealer-only service. But here's what's destroying owners financially. The engine itself is developing catastrophic internal failures. The high-pressure fuel pump fails without warning, sending metal debris through the entire fuel system. When this happens, you need to replace the pump, all injectors, fuel lines, fuel rails, and potentially the turbocharger. The repair exceeds $12,000, and GM fights warranty coverage by claiming fuel contamination, even when you have documentation of using quality diesel. The turbocharger develops premature failures at mileage that would be considered break-in period on older diesels. You'll hear whistling noises, see blue smoke from the exhaust, then face turbo replacement at ridiculously low mileage. These are supposed to be durable diesel components lasting 200,000 miles, but they're failing like cheap parts before hitting 60,000. Think about the contractor in Colorado who bought a Sierra Denali with the Duramax for $68,000, attracted by the premium interior and diesel economy. At 45,000 miles, the DPF is clogged beyond cleaning, complete replacement required. 2 months later, the high-pressure fuel pump grenades, contaminating the entire fuel system with metal shavings. The repair quote exceeds $14,000 on a premium truck that can't stay out of the shop longer than a few months at a time. Number 7 affects America's best-selling truck. Number 7, F-150 is experiencing its most catastrophic engine problem in decades. The second-generation 3.5-liter EcoBoost in 2021 to 2024. F-150s is experiencing failures so severe and widespread that Ford dealers across the country can't keep up with warranty claims. The cam phaser system is self-destructing across the entire production run. Cam phasers control variable valve timing for optimal performance and efficiency, but they're failing at extremely low mileage. 20,000 miles? 30,000 miles? Some as low as 10,000 miles. When they fail, you hear a loud rattling noise on cold starts that sounds like the engine is full of marbles rolling around. The noise typically goes away once the engine warms up and oil pressure builds, but the damage is being done continuously every time you start the truck. Ford has known about this problem since early in the production run, yet they've continued building and selling engines with the same defective phasers. Multiple class action lawsuits are currently in progress across different states. Ford issued a technical service bulletin acknowledging the cam phaser rattle but hasn't issued a formal recall. They're replacing phasers under warranty for some owners while actively fighting other warranty claims, creating massive inconsistency in how identical problems are being addressed. The high-pressure fuel pump is failing catastrophically, sending metal debris throughout the entire fuel system. When this happens, you need to replace the fuel pump, all 6 direct injectors, fuel lines, fuel rails, and potentially even the turbochargers if contamination reached them. The repair costs exceed $10,000 and it can happen at any mileage. Some owners report fuel pump failures at under 5,000 miles on brand new trucks still in the break-in period. The turbochargers are experiencing premature bearing failures that weren't seen in the previous generation EcoBoost. You'll hear whistling noises, see blue smoke from the exhaust, lose significant power, then face expensive turbo replacement. Carbon buildup on the direct injection intake valves is severe, causing misfires, rough running, and power loss. Cleaning the carbon requires removing the intake manifold and manually cleaning each valve. Expensive labor that needs to be repeated every 50,000 to 60,000 miles. Here's what makes this absolutely devastating. Ford sells more F-150s than any other vehicle in America, and the 3.5-liter EcoBoost is by far the most popular engine choice in the lineup. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of trucks with these catastrophic problems affecting owners in every state. Wait times for warranty repairs are being measured in months, not weeks. Owners consistently report waiting 4 months, 5 months, even 6 months for cam phaser parts to arrive. Meanwhile, you're making $700 to $900 monthly payments on a truck that rattles like it's about to explode every single morning, slowly destroying itself while you wait helplessly for Ford to fix it. Picture the small business owner in Arizona who bought 3 F-150 with the 3.5-liter EcoBoost for his electrical contracting company, investing over $180,000 in trucks. All 3 have developed the cam phaser rattle. One is currently at the dealer waiting for parts. It's been sitting there for 4 months now with no definite delivery date. The other 2 are still being driven but sound terrible every morning and are clearly deteriorating day by day. Number 6 affects another major American brand. Number 6, Ram 2500. At number 6, the Cummins diesel has a legendary reputation. The 6.7-liter Cummins itself is bulletproof, but Ram's emission systems are destroying the ownership experience. The diesel exhaust fluid system is a nightmare. The DEF heater fails in cold climates, causing limp mode. The quality sensor throws false codes. The SCR catalyst plugs with crystallized DEF. Each failure triggers limp mode. You're crawling at 5 miles per hour until fixed. The diesel particulate filter regeneration fails to complete properly. The DPF becomes overloaded, and eventually forced Regan mode requires you to park and run for 45 minutes. Interrupted and replacement is the only option. 4 figures. The EGR cooler develops leaks contaminating the cooling system. Exhaust gases leak into coolant, creating pressure that blows radiator caps. Here's what's killing Ram owners. These trucks cost $70,000 to $90,000. You bought them for towing and heavy work. But emission systems are so problematic that trucks spend weeks at dealers. You can't run a business when your vehicle is constantly down. The black market for emissions deletes is thriving because owners are desperate, voiding warranties and breaking federal law. Think about the RV owner in Montana who bought a Ram 3500 to tow his 5th wheel. DEF system threw codes 400 miles into his first trip. 6 months later, DPF needs replacement. The next one surprised everyone. Number 5. Toyota Tundra. Number 5 shocks people because it's a Toyota. The brand Americans trusted for bulletproof reliability. For years, the Tundra's 5.7-liter V8 was legendary. Simple, overbuilt, and practically unbreakable. But the redesigned Tundra abandoned that formula for a twin-turbo V6 hybrid. And the problems Toyota is facing are ones it has never dealt with before. The turbochargers are failing at alarmingly low mileage. 20,000, 30,000 miles, sometimes even less. When a turbo lets go, metal debris can enter the intake system, risking catastrophic engine damage. Toyota replaces the turbos under warranty, but replacements are failing too, leaving owners stuck in repeating repair cycles with no real fix in sight. Then there's the hybrid system. The high-voltage battery suffers from cooling failures, especially during towing or in hot climates. The battery overheats, the truck slams into limp mode, and power drops dramatically. Imagine towing uphill in Arizona and suddenly losing half your power. That's what Tundra hybrid owners are experiencing at just 20 to 40,000 miles. The 10-speed automatic transmission adds another layer of frustration. It hunts for gears, shifts harshly, and feels confused under load. Toyota has issued software updates, but owners say the behavior never truly improves. Many describe it as the most un-Toyota-like transmission ever installed in a Toyota product. What's devastating for loyal owners is the contrast with the previous generation. The old V8 wasn't fancy, but it was indestructible. This new V6 hybrid feels rushed, complicated, and fragile. 3 words Toyota truck owners never expected to say. Picture the customer in Texas who traded his flawless 2015 Tundra for a new 2023 model at $62,000. At 28,000 miles, both turbos failed, leaving the truck at the dealer for 7 weeks. 3 months later, the hybrid battery overheated during towing, forcing him to limp up a highway grade with his hazard lights on. A Toyota truck was supposed to be the safe choice. Instead, the redesigned Tundra is delivering failures old-school Toyota owners never imagined possible. We're past halfway. Number 4. Chevrolet Silverado. At number 4, Chevy's 2.7-liter turbo 4-cylinder seemed innovative. Smaller displacement with turbo power, better fuel economy. Chevy marketed it as the perfect work truck engine. The 2.7-liter turbo is destroying itself through catastrophic timing chain failures. The chains are stretching and jumping teeth at 30,000 miles, 40,000 miles. When the chain jumps, valves hit pistons, and the engine is destroyed internally. Chevy knows about this. They've issued bulletins acknowledging timing chain stretch. But no recall, and they're fighting warranty claims. Some get free engines, others get denied for lack of maintenance. Even with documented oil changes, the high-pressure fuel pump fails repeatedly. The pump dies without warning, and the truck stops running. Here's what makes this frustrating. It's the base engine in most work trucks. Buyers chose this for reliability. Instead, they got an engine requiring premium fuel, getting mediocre economy, self-destructing before 50,000 miles. Oil consumption is outrageous, a quart every 2,000 miles. Imagine the fleet manager in Colorado who bought 6 Silverados. 3 had timing chain failures. 1 needed complete engine replacement at 35,000 miles. 3 more ticking time bombs. The top 3 are catastrophic. Number 3, Nissan Titan. Number 3 surprises people because the Titan flies under the radar. The 5.6-liter V8 in recent Titans is experiencing catastrophic transmission failures Nissan can't fix. The 9-speed automatic transmission is self-destructing at alarmingly low mileage. Owners report complete transmission failures at 30,000 miles, 40,000 miles, sometimes lower. The transmission starts slipping, shifts harshly, then suddenly refuses to engage gears. Nissan's fix? Replace the entire transmission. But the replacement transmissions failed just as quickly. Some Titan owners are on their second or third transmission. The 9-speed design is fundamentally flawed for truck duty. The valve body develops cracks that leak fluid internally. The torque converter develops shuddering that multiple fluid changes don't resolve. Here's what's destroying Titan owners. These trucks cost $45,000 to $60,000. You bought a full-size truck expecting it to last, but the transmission is failing before you've paid off half the loan. Wait times for replacement transmissions can be months. The resale value has collapsed. Used buyers avoid Titans from these years entirely. Think about the foreman in Nevada who bought a Titan Pro 4X for $52,000. At 38,000 miles, the transmission started slipping. Nissan replaced it after a 6-week wait. At 67,000 miles, the replacement failed. Now he's on his second warranty transmission. Truck's been at the dealer 8 weeks. Number 2 shocked the industry. Number 2, Jeep Gladiator. Number 2 is Jeep's truck entry with problems beyond typical Jeep quirks. The Gladiator with the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 has catastrophic engine failures Jeep is struggling to address. The Pentastar engine is dropping valves into cylinders, causing complete engine destruction. The valve springs fail prematurely, allowing valves to drop into the combustion chamber, where they get struck by pistons at thousands of RPM. Your engine becomes scrap metal instantly. Jeep issued a recall for valve springs, but it doesn't cover all affected vehicles, and many trucks experience valve failures even after the recall repair. The replacement valve springs are still failing. The cylinder head develops cracks between valve seats and coolant passages. When the head cracks, coolant leaks into cylinders, causing white smoke and catastrophic engine damage. The oil cooler fails, causing oil and coolant to mix. When this happens, you get milky oil that can't lubricate, leading to bearing failure and engine seizure. Here's what makes this uniquely bad. These trucks cost $50,000 to $70,000. Serious money. You bought it for off-road capability and Jeep's image, but the engine is literally falling apart internally. Jeep's warranty coverage is inconsistent. Think about the enthusiast in Utah who bought a Gladiator Mojave for $68,000. At 32,000 miles on a Moab trail, the engine drops a valve. The truck is 50 miles from town. Tow bill alone is $800. Jeep initially fights the warranty claim. After weeks, they replace the engine, but the truck sits 3 months waiting. And now, the absolute worst. Number 1, Ford F-250. Number 1 is Ford's Godzilla V8. Supposed to be old-school reliability. Big displacement, simple pushrod design, no turbos. It looked perfect for avoiding diesel headaches and EcoBoost complexity. The 7.3-liter is eating camshafts and lifters at catastrophic rates. Ford's variable displacement system is causing accelerated valve train wear. Camshaft lobes wear prematurely, lifters collapse. When lifters fail, they drop into the crankcase and destroy the entire engine. Complete engine failure at 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 miles. Ford issued a bulletin but no recall. They're replacing components for some while denying others. Identical trucks get completely different responses. The transmission, the 10-speed automatic, is experiencing harsh shifting, shuddering, Hunting for gears that Ford can't fix. Multiple updates, nothing resolves it. Ford says it's normal, but owners know something is wrong. The fuel system has problems with the high-pressure pump and injectors. Trucks lose power randomly, throw codes. Dealers replace injectors one at a time, multiple trips for the same problem. But here's what makes the 7.3-liter worst: the broken promise. You bought this to avoid complexity. You paid $65,000 to $85,000 for a work truck that was supposed to be simple, reliable, durable. Old-school American iron. Instead, you got valve train problems, a transmission that can't decide what gear it wants, and fuel system issues. The financial impact is devastating. These are heavy-duty work trucks contractors and ranchers depend on for their livelihoods. When your F-350 is at the dealer 5 weeks getting camshafts replaced, you're renting trucks at $150 per day. That's $5,250 in rental costs alone. Wait times for parts are 3, 4, 5 months. Ford's supply chain can't keep up with warranty claims. The resale impact is catastrophic. Used buyers specifically avoid 2020 to 2024 Super Duties with the 7.3-liter. Your $75,000 F-350 is worth $20,000 less solely because of the engine's reputation. Picture the contractor in Ohio who bought an F-350 with the 7.3L for $78,000. At 41,000 miles, the engine starts ticking. Dealer diagnoses collapsed lifters, replaces entire valve train. Truck's down 14 weeks, 3.5 months. He's renting trucks, losing money daily, missing bids. When he finally gets it back, the transmission starts shuddering. Ford corporate tells him it's within normal specifications. He's trapped in a truck he can't trust, owing more than it's worth, watching his business suffer because Ford sold him a lemon disguised as a premium work truck. That's why the 2020 to 2024 Ford Super Duty with the 7.3-liter Godzilla is number one. It combines broken promises of simplicity, catastrophic valve train failures affecting tens of thousands, transmission problems Ford won't acknowledge, devastating wait times, financial losses for business owners, and shattered trust in Ford's heavy-duty lineup. It's the ultimate betrayal of American work truck buyers. These 8 trucks reveal disturbing truth about American manufacturing in 2025. Automakers rushing products to market without adequate testing, prioritizing profits over quality. Emissions regulations and fuel mandates forcing manufacturers to add complex systems that haven't been validated. Hybrid systems failing in truck use. Cylinder deactivation creating catastrophic failures. Emissions equipment so problematic owners break federal law to remove it. Transmissions that can't handle truck duty. The promise of modern truck technology isn't matching reality. American truck buyers paying premium prices for vehicles less reliable than trucks from 20 years ago. The financial impact is devastating. Negative equity, lost work time, damaged reputations, and broken trust. 8 American trucks buyers are regretting in 2025, from GMC Sierra diesel nightmares to Ford Super Duty valve train catastrophes. Fundamental failures affecting hundreds of thousands of trucks and millions in consumer losses. If this opened your eyes, smash that like button. Which one shocked you most? Drop your story in the comments. Your experience helps others avoid the same mistakes. Subscribe for truth about vehicle reliability manufacturers don't want you to know. Hit the bell because our next video covers the trucks you should buy in 2025. Thanks for watching. Remember, a truck that spends more time at the dealer than on the job isn't a work truck, it's a money pit. Choose wisely, America.